You've done everything right. You've polished your CV, you've spent hours on LinkedIn, and you've applied to every UN, USAID, Save the Children opening you could find, and yet silence was that automated thank you for your interest, but we've moved your mail. The truth is, the front door to NGO job is locked. In 2026, the big job birds are flooded with AI generated resumes, and your application is buried under 10,000 others. But there's a side door. A door where your degree matters less than your voice. A door where I walked through last year without a single traditional interview. In this masterclass, I'm not just giving you a list of websites. I'm giving you the skill first um blueprint. I'm gonna show you how I became the chief pronouncer for a major NGO spelling bee here in Nigeria, not by answering where do you see yourself in 5 years, but by proving I could do the job before I was even hired. The first photo on our list is Facebook ad inversion. See, instead of looking for ads, you look for NGO leads generation ads. You know those ads that pop up on Facebook asking you to donate to a cause or sign a petition? Most people skip them. You're going to click. Why? Because an NGO running ad has a marketing budget. If they have a marketing budget, they have a hiring budget. Go to Meta Ad Library, search for keywords like Education Nigeria or Clean Water Africa. See which NGOs are actively spending money. Then go to their website. They usually have unlisted vacancies because they are in growth mode. This is how you find the money before the job does. On number two, we have Facebook groups. This one is a community backdoor. Facebook is not dead, it just moved into groups. In Nigeria, jobs like groups like NGO Jobs in Nigeria or Development Workers Forum are where HR managers. They don't want to pay to list on LinkedIn. Now, don't just join these groups. Set a notification to all posts. When a recruiter posts a role at 2 p.m. and you comment at 2:05 p.m., you are not just a candidate, you are the first responder. On Portal 3, we have Relief Web. Now, most people think Relief Web is just a job board. You're just going to show them its intelligence database. Don't just click on job tabs. Go to the report section first. Filter by Nigeria and your sector, e.g., education or food security. Read the latest situation report on SITREP. If an NGO just published a report on a crisis in a specific state, they are currently identifying gaps. Where there is a gap, there's a budget for a new hire. Here's a tip for you. Don't search for NGO jobs, search for consultancies. Many high paying NGO roles are listed as short term consultancies first. If you prove yourself in 3 months, they will convert you to full time. This is a trial period. Backdoor. On number four, we have Impact Pool. This one is a diversity and AI hack. Now, Impactpool has a unique nationality filter. International NGOs often have a mandate to hire a certain percentage of local staff, Nigerian for Nigerian projects. Now, Impactpool actually tag jobs where your nationality gives you a statistical advantage. Stop applying for roles in Geneva if they are specifically looking for national officers in Abuja. Now, this site uses AI to score your CV against a job description. If your score is below 70%, don't just bother hitting apply. Instead, look at the keywords the AI says you are missing, like monitoring and evaluation, that's M&E, or gender mainstreaming, and then add them to your profile. On Portal 5, we have DevEx. Now, NGOs don't just get money, they win it through tenders. On DVEX, you can see open tenders. If you see a tender for a multi-million dollar literacy project in northern Nigeria, that's your signal. The NGO that wins that tender will need a chief pronouncer, a project manager, and field officers. You don't wait for the job post. You find a business development manager of that NGO LinkedIn and say, I saw your recent bid for a literacy project. If you win, I'd love to offer my expertise in pronunciation and phonetics. Now, Deverex has a directory of NGO leaders. It tells you who the decision makers are. In the NGO world, the HR department is often just the gatekeeper. The program director is the one who actually chooses the team. Reach the director and you skipped the line. On the Portal 6, we have LinkedIn comment strategy. Now, if you're not on LinkedIn in 2026, what are you doing? I joined LinkedIn last year, December, and I'm encouraging it then on LinkedIn. You can follow me there. Now, stop clicking jobs. Go to the main search bar and type hiring and NGO and Nigeria. Then click the post tabs. Why? Because many country directors find the official hiring process too slow. They will post on their personal feed, looking for a quick contractor for a project in Lagos. Send me a DM. This post get 10 comments, while the official job boards get 1,000 application. Which which hours do you prefer? When you find this post, don't comment interested or check my DM. That's what everyone does. Instead, add value. Growth initiative. Haven't worked on similar literature projects. I have found that is key. I'll send you a breakdown of how I handled this in my latest role. That comment alone will make you stand out to everyone reading that. The last portal before we jump to NGO secrets no one tells you. For the grassroots roles, the one in your local state or community, we have My Job Mag or Hot Nigerian Jobs. These sites are still king, but here's the secret. Search for subcontractors. Often big NGOs like BIO and Melinda Gates Foundation don't hire directly. They hire through local partners. Find the partners on the site. Now let's delve into secret number one. NGOs don't hire when they want to. They hire when the money is about to expire. Now most international donors operate on the use it or lose it policy. If an NGO hasn't spent its grant by the end of the fiscal year, they have to give it back. This creates a burn rate panic. In June and December, you would see um, a sudden spike in urgent role. They are not just looking for the bread, they're looking for people that are available. They had tried. Many of those shiny jobs posted on LinkedIn are already filled. NGO policy often requires them to post a job publicly, even if they've already decided to promote an internal volunteer or a chief announcer like me. The lesson: if you see a job that's been open for 30 days, don't just waste your energy. Focus on the posts that are less than 48 hours old. That is the only time the window is truly open for outsiders. NGOs don't speak English, they speak donor. If your CV says, I taught 50 kids, you'll be ignored. If it says, I facilitated capacity building for 50 beneficiaries with a focus on sustainability and gender mainstreaming, you're suddenly a top tier candidate. NGOs have to report back to donors like the USAID or the EU using this exact buzzword. So when you use them in your CV, you're telling the recruiter, I will make your reporting job easy. See, in the NGO world, 1 month in the field is worth 1 year in an office. You could have a PhD from a top university, but if a recruiter sees someone else has spent 3 months doing field work in a rural community in Bono or an undeserved area in Lagos, they will pick the field worker every time. Why? Because NGO are terrified of office experts who quits the moment electricity goes out or the road gets rough. Prove you can handle. Everyone applies as a program assistant or admin officer. That's a crowded room. The secret is lead with a technical skill. I did not get my role because I was a good guy. I got it because I was a cheap and I had a niche. Maybe you're an expert in expert visualization, Power BI, or you're a logistics supply chain wizard, or you speak a rare local dialect fluently. Lead with a niche skill that 90% of the applicants don't have. It's easier to be the best NGO than be the best NGO employee. We'll spend the past 8 minutes deconstructing a world that most people think is impossible to enter, but now you have something 99% of the job seekers don't have: the insider map. See, the NGO sector doesn't need more people who want a job. Someone was telling me last week how she got a medical NGO. She's not even into the medical line because she was just, she showed up, she was just very jovial. Now, it needs people who wants to solve a problem. So whether in Lagos, Abuja, or anywhere in the world at all, the side door is always open. But it only stays open for those who take action. Now, if you're serious about building a career that actually changes life, hit subscribe. I'm sharing everything I learned from the inside of the NGO world to make sure you get there too. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.